Vietnam picks ex-state security official as new prime minister. Tsai congratulates Nguyen Xuan Phuc on election as Vietnam's new president. Vietnam completes second shots of Nano Covax in second-stage human trials. H&M sparks outrage in Vietnam after reportedly towing China's 9-dash line over East Sea. New airport in Phan, THIET-BINH to help make a breakthrough in tourism. Hello and welcome to FBNC News. This is Nguyen. Vietnam's National Assembly confirmed Phạm Minh Chính, a career security official, as the country's next prime minister at an official ceremony on Monday, April the 5th.
Chính, 62, was the sole nominee put forward by the ruling Communist Party for the post at a congress earlier this year. He won 96.25% of the vote at Monday's National Assembly vote. He was formerly head of the party's Central Organization Commission, which has a long reach across party ranks, as well as Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Public Security, the agency tasked with everyday policing, the monitoring of dissent and surveillance of activists, as well as espionage overseas.
Dưới cờ đỏ sao vàng thiêng liêng của Tổ quốc, trước Quốc hội và đồng bào cử tri cả nước, tôi, Thủ tướng Chính phủ nước Cộng hòa xã hội chủ nghĩa Việt Nam xin tuyên thệ tuyệt đối trung thành với Tổ quốc, với nhân dân, với hiến pháp nước Cộng hòa xã hội chủ nghĩa Việt Nam, nỗ lực phấn đấu hoàn thành tốt nhiệm vụ được Đảng, Nhà nước và nhân dân giao phó.
The move completes the 5-yearly renewal of Vietnam's top 4 positions as it looks to maintain economic growth, keep the coronavirus pandemic at bay, and balance relations with Beijing and Washington. Chính will replace former Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc, who was confirmed earlier on Monday as the country's new president, a largely ceremonial role. Vietnam has no paramount ruler and is officially led by 4 pillars: the powerful General Secretary of the Communist Party, the President, the Prime Minister, and the Chair of the National Assembly, a largely rubber-stamp legislature.
The National Assembly on April 8th approved a resolution ratifying the Prime Minister's proposal on the appointment of 2 deputy Prime Ministers. The procedure was conducted as part of the 14th National Assembly's ongoing 11th session. Lê Minh Khai and Lê Văn Thành officially became new Deputy Prime Ministers for the 2016 to 2021 tenure after the resolution was passed by the 14th Legislature with yes votes from 455 out of 459 participating lawmakers, equivalent to 94.79% of the total numbers of NA deputies. Khai, born in 1964, is a member of the party's Central Committee in the 12th and 13th tenures, Secretary of the 13th tenure Party Central Committees, and Deputy to the 14th NA. Thanh, born in 1962, is also a member of the party's Central Committee in the 12th and the 13th tenures, and Deputy to the 12th Legislature. At the working session, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ said he believes that Khai and Thanh will make greater efforts to excellently fulfill tasks in their new posts assigned by the party, state and people. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Monday sent a congratulatory message to Nguyen Xuan Phuc on his election as Vietnam's state president. In his message, he pointed out that China and Vietnam are socialist neighbors linked by mountains and rivers. Since last year, the two countries have helped each other and together made major achievements in the COVID-19 pandemic prevention and control. He said, with continuous sound development in bilateral relations, the two countries have jointly written a new chapter of China-Vietnam neighborly friendship. He said, noting that the world today is undergoing profound changes unseen in a century. He stressed that the China-Vietnam relations and their course of socialist construction have entered a crucial stage of inheriting the past and ushering in the future, saying he attaches great importance to the development of China-Vietnam relations. The Chinese president expressed willingness to work with Phuc, guided by building a community with a shared future with strategic significance to both sides, to strive for continuous, fresh, and greater achievements in their comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership and better benefit to the two countries and peoples. On the same day, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang also sent a congratulatory message to Phạm Minh Chính on his election as Vietnamese Prime Minister. Li said he stands ready to work with his Vietnamese counterpart to steadily promote the synergy of the two countries' development strategies, speed up the construction of the mutual beneficial cooperation paradigms, and make positive contributions to the development of China-Vietnam relations featuring good neighborly friendship and all-round cooperation. Vietnam asked diplomats of several countries for help to assess alternative sources for COVID-19 inoculations on Friday, as it seeks to secure the 150 million doses of vaccine needed to cover its adult population.
Vietnam has received about 930,000 doses of AstraZeneca's vaccine so far and wants to diversify its procurement from more sources, including Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, China's Sinovac, and Russia's vaccine Sputnik V. Health Minister Nguyễn Thanh Long met ambassadors on Friday and asked Japan's embassy for help with technology transfer for vaccine production and testing in Vietnam, the ministry said in a statement. Long also asked the U.S. ambassador for help with accelerating domestic inoculations and getting access to vaccines from U.S. drug makers. He told EU representatives that he hoped European pharmaceutical firms would consider more investment in Vietnam. Long on Wednesday also met with Chinese, Indian, and Russian diplomats to discuss vaccines. Vietnam has been praised for its record in containing its coronavirus outbreaks through mass testing and tracing and strict quarantining, which has kept its cases to just 2,617 with 35 deaths. It aims to immunize 70% of its population and has so far inoculated 51,200 people. The requests for help come as some countries express concern about vaccine shortages. 4 Vietnamese companies are engaged in vaccine research and production, and 2 are at the human trial stage. Its first homegrown vaccine, called Nano Covax, is expected to be put into use in 2022. With vaccinations underway in many parts of the world, flag carrier Vietnam Airlines and budget airline Vietjet Air have resumed some outbound flights. However, inbound flights remain suspended other than those carrying foreigners with special permission or returning Vietnamese nationals. A proposal by aviation authorities to allow vaccinated foreigners into the country from September without quarantine is pending government approval.
As many as 554 volunteers are joining the second-stage human trials of homegrown Nano Covax COVID-19 vaccine got the second shots over the past 14 days. After the injection, the volunteers exhibited symptoms such as light fever, injection site pain, muscle aches, joint pain, and fatigue, which did not require medical intervention. They are now in stable conditions. A preliminary report on testing results is scheduled to be issued this May. The third phase of human trials is expected to cover 10,000 to 15,000 people in both Vietnam and other countries. The first stage trials of Nano Covax showed that the vaccinated volunteers have had antibodies against the UK variants, or B.1.1.7. Phase 2 focuses on seeking antibodies against the UK and South Africa variants. Nano Covax, developed by the Nanogen Pharmaceutical Biotechnology JSC, is the first COVID-19 vaccine of Vietnam to be tested in clinical trials. Vietnam expects to have the first batch of locally produced COVID-19 vaccines at the end of the third quarter of 2021. Vietnamese social media users are calling for a boycott of H&M, accusing the Swedish retailer of complying to requests by Chinese authorities to include Beijing's territorial claims over the East Sea on a map on its website.
According to Hong Kong newspaper The South China Morning Post, last week a branch of the Shanghai government had ordered H&M to display China's territorial claims over the East Sea on a map on its website, which is represented by a 9-dash line that China uses to claim 90% of the disputed waters. The map with a 9-dash line remains unviewable on H&M's website, but news of the correction sparked fury across Vietnamese social media, with posts calling for a nationwide boycott of H&M. Vietnam has been one of the most vocal regional opponents to what it sees as Chinese overreach in the East Sea and its disregard for boundaries outlined in international maritime law. Residents in Hanoi said they support the call for a boycott. If they do show that map, we will have to boycott them. I will not use their merchandise because it is unacceptable for them to use that 9-dash map in Vietnam, said Hanoi resident Trịnh Thúy Vân.
Đến khi nào mà họ khắc phục, họ có những cái hành vi sửa sai thì bắt đầu mình lại tiếp tục ủng hộ họ hoặc là mình lại mua sản phẩm của họ. Còn đến thời điểm này thì không, phẫn nộ thì không nhưng mà cũng không ủng hộ, không cảm thấy không đúng và không mua gì của họ nữa.
Mình vẫn sẽ sử dụng sản phẩm của H&M bởi vì cái đấy nó không liên quan tới người tiêu dùng như mình. Nhưng ngược lại, nếu mà họ vẫn tiếp tục mà đăng là Hoàng Sa, Trường Sa mà vẫn là thuộc về Trung Quốc mà trong khi đấy họ đang kinh doanh ở Việt Nam này thì mình nghĩ là mình có nhiều sự lựa chọn khác để
H&M, which only operates 12 stores in Vietnam, has yet to comment on the issue. The company has faced backlash in China in recent days after it voiced concerns last year about alleged human rights abuses in Xinjiang. Last week, H&M said it would work to win back trust in China after a statement it had made in 2020 about sourcing cotton there resurfaced on social media.
With tourism potentials and an increasingly synchronous infrastructure system, Bình Thuận province has become a place that attracts a lot of attention from investors. On April 5th, the ground preparation and construction deployment ceremony of Phan Thiết Airport was held. According to the plan, the new airport will be completed by the end of 2022, at the same time with the completion of the Dầu Dây Phan Thiết Expressway.
The complete infrastructure system of Bình Thuận has encouraged strategic investors such as Novaland, Rạng Đông, and international hotel groups such as Radisson, Movenpick, Novotel, and Centara Hotel to invest in the province. Many large-scale tourism real estate projects with a full range of health, entertainment, and leisure facilities, such as Nova World Phan Thiết in Tiến Thành Phan Thiết, Nova Hills Mũi Né Resort, and villas in Mũi Né Phan Thiết, have been developed expeditiously. Over the past years, the growth rate of Bình Thuận tourism industry has remained at over 2-digit percentage points. The number of tourists increased steadily on average of 10 to 12% a year in 2015 to 2020 period, which pushed the tourism revenue to rise at 18% per year. Bình Thuận aims to become a national tourist area with the goal of welcoming 9 million visitors, including about 1.5 million international visitors, reaching a total revenue of 24,000 billion Vietnam đồng by 2025. When completed, Phan Thiết Airport will make it easier for tourists from the north who always love traveling to the Central Coast regions to come to the area. In January 2021, the construction of Long Thành Airport was also started, expected to be completed in 2025, and it's just 1 hour away from Bình Thuận. Together, the airport system will help increase the rate of high-class international visitors and charter groups in the future. All of these factors are to boost Bình Thuận become the #1 tourist destination in the region and the world. Moreover, according to representatives of Bình Thuận People's Committee, the province also aims to become the leading resort paradise in the Asia-Pacific region by 2030 that consists of all kinds of marine tourism, including entertainment, adventure and sports, cultural and spiritual, healthcare and conference travel.
Producers of Vietnamese films Bố Già or Old Dad and Thiên Thần Hộ Mệnh or The Guardian have unveiled their plans for the overseas screening of the two movies. Accordingly, Bố Già, a comedy produced by Trấn Thành Town, will hit the cinemas in Singapore and Malaysia starting April 22nd, with its screening timeline in Thailand under discussion. The film has made itself a domestic blockbuster with 5.3 billion tickets sold for 400 billion Vietnamese dong or 17.3 million US dollars. It is about the life of a motorbike taxi driver living in Ho Chi Minh City who faces challenges earning money for his wife and children. Starring top actor Trấn Thành, the movie was developed from a web drama of the same name first broadcast on YouTube, which featured 5 episodes with an average number of viewers of about 28.4 million. Meanwhile, Thiên Thần Hộ Mệnh, which will hit the big screen in Vietnam in late April, has already been planned to be screened globally, particularly in a number of top markets like the US, UK, France, Ireland, and Malaysia. The film, directed by Victor Vũ, features superstitious practices about Thai life-sized baby doll known as a luk thap, which are believed to be possessed by spirits that bring good luck and prosperity and harm the enemies of the owner. In modern society, when people face a hopeless situation, they often turn to spiritual solutions to solve their problems, said Vũ. The film reflects the weak points in young people's psychology. Vũ, 44, is well known for blockbusters like Scandal 2022, Tôi thấy hoa vàng trên cỏ xanh or Yellow Flowers on the Green Grass 2015, Quả tim máu, Vengeful Heart 2014, Người bất tử The Immortal 2018, and Mắt biếc Blue Eyes 2019. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.